The aim of this presentation is to inform you of the main terms and conditions you can look forward to as an FY1 working in HSC in Northern Ireland. We will also look at how the BMA can support you now and throughout your medical career. The BMA is the Doctors' Trade Union and Professional Association. We are the voice of the medical profession, representing all doctors and medical students locally and nationally on the issues that affect you and support you throughout your career. The BMA is here if you experience any difficulties at work, need individual career support, or want to build on your professional development. The BMA is not an indemnity insurer and does not deal with patient complaints. We therefore recommend you seek this cover in addition to your BMA membership. Trainees in Northern Ireland are employed by NIMTA, who is the single lead employer. You will find contact details and useful information via the link on this slide. The single lead employer will issue you with a statement of terms and conditions, i.e. a contract within the first 8 weeks of employment. Some of the key elements that the contract will cover are in relation to pay, monitoring and leave. On appointment as an FY1 in Northern Ireland, you can expect a starting base salary of £29,566 plus a banding supplement. Banding supplements are to recognise the hours worked over and above the basic 40 hours. We will look at this more closely in the next slide. Pay banding affects what you get paid. Remuneration for hours in excess of 40 per week is calculated using a banding system subdivided on the basis of the amount of antisocial work. Band 2 is split into bands 2A and 2B, and Band 1 is split into bands 1A, 1B and 1C. 2A and 1A include all rotas that within their respective hours limits require the most frequent work at the most antisocial times, as defined by the banding criteria. 2B and 1B include all rotas that, within their respective hours limits, require less frequent and less antisocial out-of-hours work. 1C includes all rotas that require juniors to work between 40 and 48 hours per week with a low-frequency, non-resident on-call pattern of work. F is in relation to less than full-time trainees who work less than 40 hours per week. Band 1. Doctors work up to 48 hours of actual work per week. C 20%, B 40% or A 50%. Band 2, doctors work 49 to 56 of actual hours per week, B 50% or A 80%, and Band 3, non-compliant posts. These posts do not meet the hour limits and rest requirements of your terms and conditions of service, 100%. The BMA Pay Band Calculator app will assist you in working out whether you are being paid the correct banding supplement. You can access the calculator via our website. So, for example, if you are on Band 1A, your total salary will be £29,566 plus 50% of £29,566, giving you £44,349. Monitoring is a contractual requirement for you and your employer. It is the only reliable way to determine the banding supplement. It takes place twice per year, spring and autumn, unless annual monitoring has been agreed. Monitoring can, however, take place more frequently at the request of you or your employer if there has been a change or the paper rota is not reflective of what happens in practice. You must monitor your hours accurately. You could be considered to be in breach of contract if you fail to submit a return. It can never be detrimental to an individual to monitor because of pay protection in a post. The monitoring process is via an electronic system in Northern Ireland called Allocate. The Trust will notify you of when monitoring is planned to commence. You will be required to document all hours worked, record all breaks obtained, untick the natural break box if you do not get a natural break. If you work beyond your template hours by starting early or finishing late, providing a comprehensive and sufficient comment to explain why is helpful. If you routinely work beyond your contracted hours or do not achieve your natural breaks, then you should also raise this with management, your educational and clinical supervisors as soon as possible. Don't wait for monitoring. All FY1s in Northern Ireland work a full shift working arrangement. A full shift working arrangement requires a junior doctor to achieve an uninterrupted natural break of 30 minutes after working approximately 4 hours continuous duty, and to achieve it within the 5th hour at the latest. The way to indicate you did not get a sufficient natural break is to untick the natural break box in your monitoring. The electronic monitoring hours picker depicts every 15-minute period. If you get a break, indicate it in the 15-minute picker, assuming you are getting a full 15 minutes. Please note, attendance at teaching, X-ray or work-related meetings, even with lunch provided, is not a natural break. Discussing and organising the jobs for the day ahead while taking a coffee is work. Natural breaks due are dependent on shift length. Shift duration, up to 5 hours, does not require any natural break. From 5 hours up to 9 hours, 1 natural break. From 9 hours up to 13 hours, 2 natural breaks. From 13 hours up to 14 hours plus, 3 natural breaks. If you routinely are not able to take your breaks, you should raise this with your educational and clinical supervisors in the first instance and contact BMA for support. In addition to the rules in your Terms and Conditions of Service, there is Health and Safety Legislation, WTR, which informs the absolute minimums in relation to hours and rest. WTR requires the working week to be an average of no more than 48 hours per week over a reference period of 26 weeks. It also requires a period of 11 hours continuous rest a day off each week, and at least a 20-minute rest break every 6 hours. You can opt out of the WTR. Trainees can opt out of the 48 average hours limit to a maximum of 56 average hours calculated over a 26 reference period, but cannot opt out of WTR rest requirements. For more information on opting out, please visit our website via the link in this slide. A common problem with trainee rotas is that what is on paper doesn't reflect what is happening on the ground. If this is the case, it is wise to first make sure you have given reasonable time to become familiar with the working environment, team and systems. If difficulty persists, collectively raise your concerns with line management. Explain the difficulties and challenges, work out solutions together and put them into place. Request monitoring. Contact BMA if you need help. Relocation and associated expenses. Junior doctors are entitled to assistance with additional costs associated to rotating to different employers for the sake of their training. This can be in the form of financial assistance in relation to relocation, which is capped. You can find out what the cap is by linking with the Trust. To qualify, a junior doctor must be on a rotational training programme, i.e. training consisting of at least 2 training placements, and live at least 40 miles or more away from the hospital they are moving to. Alternatively, a junior doctor could be assisted by excess travel expenses. This is applicable where the junior doctor chooses to travel to the placement further away. The excess travel they receive is in the form of mileage expenses for the distance between their home and the hospital on their rotational programme that is closest to their home and the one that is further away. The standard mileage rates apply unless public transport can be relied upon. Holidays. The annual leave year runs from the start date of your appointment and you will be entitled to 5 weeks per annum. This is divided across the 3 FY1 placements. As your level of seniority progresses, you will attract 6 weeks annual leave annually. You are entitled to bank holidays and statutory days in addition to annual leave. If in the course of your duty you are required to be present in hospital or other place of work between the hours of midnight and 9 AM on a statutory or bank holiday, you should receive a day off in lieu. Also, if you were on a non-rota day on a bank or statutory holiday, you would be entitled to time off in lieu. Annual leave is at the employer's discretion on the basis of service needs. Annual leave cannot be unreasonably withheld and must be allowed for life-changing events, such as your wedding day. If you encounter difficulties, call BMA quickly. Sick pay. If you're off work due to sickness, you are entitled to 1 month full pay, followed by 2 months half pay during your first year of service. This increases with service up to 6 months full pay, followed by 6 months half pay after completing 5 years of service. Contact BMA Financial Services to find out about income protection. So now let's have a look at what else the BMA can do to support you. As a BMA member, you have a wealth of services and benefits. Make sure you take advantage of everything your membership offers. The BMA has specialist advisors dedicated to offering individual employment advice. If you have a question or need advice about your contract, pay, or any other aspect of your working life, our web form is the best way to contact us. You will shortly be receiving a new contract outlining the terms and conditions of your new role. BMA recommends that you take advantage of its free contract checking service. You can send your contract to us and our expert team will send it back to you with any comments within 5 working days. The BMA is a professional association and helps members develop their careers with world-class learning resources. The BMA Library. Access thousands of ebooks and other collections to support you through all stages of your career. And Clinical Key. Clinical Key is a clinical search engine for doctors, a point-of-care tool with the most up-to-date information that helps you make informed decisions on the go. BMJ Learning. Accelerate your learning with CPD-accredited online modules based on the latest clinical evidence, as well as non-clinical topics to help progress your career. There are hundreds to choose from. The British Medical Journal. Free upgrade to a print subscription of the BMJ, also available online or by app. Get help with making an informed choice about what kind of doctor you would like to be. Specialty Explorer is a tool for BMA members that matches you with medical specialties that suit your preferences and can help you consider fields you may not otherwise have considered. If at any time you need support or you would like to speak to someone in confidence, please know that we are here for you. Our BMA Wellbeing Support Services are open 24/7 to all doctors and medical students. You will have the choice of speaking to a counsellor or another doctor who you can contact for peer support. And finally, if you aren't already a member of the BMA, please join. We can only support our members. To ensure you're receiving the most relevant information, please update your details, especially your email address, as this is our main way of contacting you, and please make sure to sign up for the communications you wish to receive by updating your communication preferences. You can do this by logging into your BMA web account. Don't forget to get your contract checked for free as part of your membership, and also take a look at the membership benefits available to you. Make sure you are using your membership to the full. If you are not a BMA member, you can join online today. Please visit the link or scan the QR code on screen. Your student fee will remain in place until you start as an FY1. Lastly, please review the BMA Junior Doctor Handbook, which covers every aspect of a junior doctor's working life. Thank you for your time, and should you require any help or have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us.